Hey racers, we're here with episode 7 Nifty Race. We're here with Mr. Tufu and Skunky Chunks. We're going to talk about all the things Skunky Chunks and Nifty Race. Let's get into it. Introduce yourself, Mr. Tufu, if they don't already know you.
Well, I'm Mr. Tufu. I'm an illustrator. That's what I would call myself. And I do the Skunky Chunks collection, creator of Skunky Chunks, creator of Airheads, and creator of Ganja Goons, PFP NFT collection. And I guess, I don't know, I've been working with, I created Skunky Chunks 2 years ago. My background was into all kind of hand-drawn marker style, I'd say graffiti kind of art. And then I got called upon by Graffiti Kings to come in and do some artwork for them. And that's how I found out about the wax blockchain and NFTs and all that kind of thing. And so I worked with Graffiti Kings for a little bit, and then I went off to do my own thing back in start of 2022. January 2022. That's when I created Skunky Chunks, and it's been all go since then. It's just been non-stop work, and we've been having loads of fun with it. So we're still going strong.
Tell us a little history on Skunky Chunks, how you got started, some of the collaborations you did. I know you guys collaborate with Graffiti Kings. I mean, you guys really complement each other with the art. It's really nice. So I love the designs. If that's all you, man, good stuff. I like it.
Yeah, so it was, well, actually, we didn't technically, Skunky Chunks has never actually collaborated with Graffiti Kings, but that's I took what I learned from working on the Graffiti Kings project, because I was usually always just traditional, hand drawn with pen and paper and markers. And up until till I collaborated with Graffiti Kings, but not, through Skunky Chunks, they needed me to work on digital. So work with the iPad, and there's an app called Procreate, and then you use the Apple Pencil in that as well. And so I had to actually learn all of that, the whole digital side. And so I took all of those skills that I learned while I was working with Graffiti Kings, and I just applied them to creating my own project, which was turned out to be Skunky Chunks. And we collaborated with loads of projects since then. A few that come to mind would be the likes of, now you put me on the spot. There's there's so many, but obviously, Nifty Races is going to be another one at some stage soon. So
we're going to make you some levels, right, buddy?
Yeah. But yeah, I guess we work with Nerds Unite, with Jungle Bri, with Forge Arena, with there's so many to name. But yeah, if you went through Nova Pangea as well, Landbox, there's so many great collections out there. And
don't forget your Dust Enhancer.
With Dust, exactly, as well. Yeah. Dust, we have the Dust Enhancer, and we have our Telegram chat is Dust. That's a Dust mining, isn't it? Chat mining.
Yeah. Why did you decide to become a dust mine?
It was actually, I didn't know much about because when I come into this space, I didn't really know too much about even wax or blockchain technology or anything like that. And so I was learning from the community, and it was community members that actually pointed out to me that you could do those things, with the Telegram chat. I was actually getting used to, I didn't even know what Telegram chat was before I got into doing Skunky Chunks and stuff, or even know what Discord was before I get into Skunky Chunks. So I kind of just had to learn from the community and all that were already here and in these other chats. So it was a few of our community members that brought up Dust, and they brought up those other ones as well, but Dust to me seemed like the best option to go with. So that's when I think one of our community reached out to you, Big Mike, to get you to reach out to me or something like that anyway. And then we got talking, and we set up, and we done the wizard, the Dust Wizard. That one's a really cool one. But yeah, so I'm glad that we got in on that. And that's been around since 2022, I think it was, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think so. It's been a couple of years now. We need to do something else, dude.
Yeah, another enhancer.
Yeah. That
what's on the horizon?
So I think that another one would be super popular.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
On the horizon for Skunky Chunks, well, there's a whole lot. there's just this mountain, it seems, of work that has to get done now right now at the moment, actually. But at the minute, because we've got 3 different collections. We've got Skunky Chunks, Airheads, and the Ganja Goons. And the Skunky Chunks and Ganja Goons actually kind of go hand in hand, because the Ganja Goons are similar, like they have the monkey faces and they have the buds on their head and all that stuff. So I guess if you wanted to kind of, break it down, it would be that they come from like the same universe, and so there's the Ganja Goons, the skunk monkeys, we've got the Ganjarillas. It will all kind of like come to a crescendo of like the story, will come together and it'll make sense of like why there's all these different kind of characters. But anyway, so at the minute, what we're doing for Ganja Goons is releasing their reward system that is built on the same reward system that we have on Skunky Chunks, but it also like intertwines a little bit. So you need some of the aspects from our current Skunky Chunks reward system to use on the new Ganja Goons reward system. And I know all of this might sound very like complicated and all that, but if you visit the the blends page on the Skunky Chunks and you just like click on categories and click reward systems, it'll show all of those. Like it'll go from soil sample to liquid sample to seed sample, then to a nug monkey. So it's kind of like you're growing, you're rewarding NFT, starts off from, you obviously need soil, you need water, you need, seeds or whatever, like, and then you get to, and we've been doing that reward system on Skunky Chunks since 2022, and that's still going strong. That's wax-backed rewards every single month. And I think we probably given out, I'd say, over 500,000 wax in total, like since we started that.
That's a lot.
Wax.
Yeah, to the.
Dude.
I'd say it'd be somewhere around that anyway, like at least between like 400 and 500,000. I would imagine.
That's a huge number, dude. Congrats on that.
Yeah, we have the numbers somewhere. I probably should have had all this information ready for this.
That was cool.
Dude, I do that all the time. Like, oh man, I should have remembered that.
It's so common where you'll see people give out their utility token or their native token rather than pay them out in ETH or wax in this case.
We do that as well.
That is really cool, and that's important for people to pay attention to. If you're paying in your own token, that means you don't care about liquidity. Means you don't care about the charts. You don't care about I don't want to say it that harshly, but you could have given away wax, ETH, whatever it was, instead of your native token, and that affects everybody. So your whole community just did a giveaway, essentially, right?
Well,
they didn't sign up for that.
It's it's not the easiest thing to get to the rewarding NFT. The rewarding NFT is it's either an OG or a mythic ape, and so there's only 60 mythic apes that were made. So there's 60 holders. Well, some people have multiples because they were, crazy enough to chase it down multiple times. But if you are holding, say, one mythic, all the drop sales for that month of whichever month, like say last month, all the drop sales for that, there's 15% of that gets divided between all the mythic holders, So I'd say the biggest reward that went out one month was when we done the Ganja Goons PFP drop, and I think then the following month, on the first of the month, people got airdropped something like over 2,000 wax each or something like that were holding the the mythics, which good for them, happy days, and the people that's holding multiple, obviously good for them too.
Yeah, that's awesome.
But it doesn't just stop there as well. You also get an exclusive NFT each month as well on top of that. So
nice.
And you can stake those exclusives to our farms and earn our native token, which is the Skunky token. And then we have ways that you can use the Skunky token too. And more use cases coming and all that as well. So
I like the art. Is there any future or anything presently that has IP ownership for the art that's created and the holders at all, for them to create merch and do fun stuff like that?
No, we haven't actually done anything. We've been talking about doing ones like that, like having another use case for something in the collection where you can actually then take total, that will be completely brand new designs. Because if you look at some of the monkeys, they might have some of the assets to be swapped around, you know, like the notes and stuff. But we were kind of talking that we could do something in the future where it would be like total IP ownership over it. Would be something like where you might have to like kind of use some of our current NFTs, like a true blends or something like that, to get this special one that, you know, you could use that as for IP ownership, and you could create stuff like that.
Yeah, there's a lot of cool ways to do that, man. That's super fun, especially if you're educating on them on how to create like an e-commerce business, or just even like how to sell and create merch. You know, it's almost free advertising. Once you get clothes, apparel on people's backs, that's the ultimate advertising. That's it, right?
That's what people have been asking for that now for a long time. So I think
art's dope, dude. I bet.
Yeah, that's awesome. We want to do that too. We're definitely going down that road as well.
Yeah, merch
is art like you.
I want to be able to wear that stuff as well, you know. So like I'm in the same boat. Like I did get a couple of things made, like samples and stuff like that. I had like a hat and t-shirt and things, but I gave them away to my like friends and family then as well, because I got them made as samples and stuff. I didn't keep them for myself.
Hey, we'll shoot one over here. We'll put it on the show. We'll wear it.
Yeah. Awesome.
For sure.
Yeah, man, I love that stuff. Cool. Well, possibly IP ownership on the horizon. That's going to be cool. What's the next step? What do you guys got going on right now? What do you want to tell the community about, or let them know? What do they need to go do?
It depends, you know, on what you want to do. But I would say the very first thing, that if you're coming like in from outside of Skunky Chunks, so I'm not speaking to like our collectors here or anything like that. I'm speaking to like a new audience. The first thing that you need to do is to own the newest, the current NTT. We have like a kind of a security protection system in place. Like if you want to just click on the drops page there, it will show you. There's one that looks like Crocodile Dundee kind of styled monkey.
Crocbot Tapper?
Yeah. So that guy is our NTT like NTT membership, we call it. But it's basically just there to deter like botting and multi-accounting and heavy flipping and all that kind of stuff, just to try and protect our community as best we can. Because for the longest time, we had to start doing those memberships. This is the 10th one now, and that's it in 2 years. You don't have to keep buying this every time either. This is just like a once-off thing. As long as you're following the rules, you'll just get airdropped. When we make the next one, you'll be airdropped it. So it'll just be like a once-off kind of thing. But if you're like, there was bot accounts out there that would go and buy 20 of these on 20 different accounts, just so they could get the you know, from the drops. They would like buy the pack drops or whatever, and just to flip them straight away, you know. And so there's no like kind of definitive way or like exact way that you can just completely blacklist wallets. And even if you could, they would just create new wallets, and then you know. So we built this like just as a deterrent, and it actually is starting to work, because we've seen that a lot of like the bigger accounts that usually went and bought 10 or 20 or sometimes even more than 20 on the different accounts, and you can obviously see that they're linked together, you know that. And actually they were actually coming into our Telegram and stuff and telling us like that, oh, why did you block my 10 accounts? And it's like, well, obviously, you know what I mean. But so yeah, like we just have this in place, and it is starting to work, which is, it's great to see, and so it protects our community. But anyway, this is what you would need to have if you want access to, you know, like if there's a pack drop, which there's a pack drop coming up this Sunday. It's going to be, well, I suppose I can say it here anyway. It's going to be Killer Clowns from Outer Space. I don't know if any of you have seen that.
Oh, cool.
Oh, yeah, so man, that's like a classic movie, dude.
Yeah,
I want to be wrapped up in cotton candy right now. What are we talking about?
Yeah, that sounds awesome, man.
That's super cool.
Yeah, so Ham Crusher done like he's like done the concepts and that for that. So I'm just working on like getting the finalized, finishing the art and stuff. He does like the sketches and stuff now, and he's doing a great job. Sometimes I might have to like fix a couple of things when I'm finalizing and stuff, but then I go in and I do all the color, render, inking and blah blah blah. But it's great to have another person who can handle like at least a piece of the actual, you know, stages of the artwork, you know. But yeah, Killer Clowns from Outer Space, that's that pack. If you didn't have this NTT, you wouldn't have access to be able to buy one of those packs. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
So
I guess I got to figure that out right now.
And how do we get the NTT?
How do you get it? The only way to get it is to buy it, unfortunately. Yep. And I know now, because wax is down, it's like a hell of a lot more in wax now than it was. But yeah, so, and then as I said, once you have that and you're not a multi-account or a bot or a flipper or like that kind of thing, like we don't go after people. Like, obviously, it's NTTs, people can sell their NFTs and all that, but we try and go after the ones who are literally just coming in and buying up just to try and flip back to someone in the community that they know will pay a higher price. Like, we go through like a lot of stuff. Well, I don't go through it. It's Jozo and Ham Crusher that usually goes through all the Detroit blacklist people. Oh, well, there you go. Congrats, Alex. You got it.
Yeah.
So you'll be ready for Sunday then.
We'll get the link for that and throw it in the description now.
Yeah, we can do that for sure.
Awesome.
But if we don't drop this before Sunday, then yeah, we'll talk about it.
Yeah.
Well, people will want the NTT anyway, so that they could buy future drops,
exactly.
right?
For sure, absolutely. The NTT, absolutely. I thought you meant the clown thing. I'm thinking that's going to sell out probably.
Well, no, that's not going to happen probably, but definitely the NTT for sure.
Yeah, we won't have the video ready for that, and the packs will probably be gone by then. But.
Oh yeah, usually, I think like the longest that it took for one of our packs to sell out was like 3 hours. And that was
that's awesome. Congrats.
I'm not saying that to brag around, but I couldn't actually believe that myself. Like, it was crazy. And that was back in 2022, the Halloween pack we done, and I think it was like 1,500 or maybe more like packs on that one. That was one of my favorite packs as well, though. So
yeah.
When do you guys used to make packs? Is it all Nifty blocks?
Yeah, we do it all on Nifty blocks. Yeah.
They offer some amazing tools. I just love their platform. It's so easy for creators.
Yeah, I think it's like the UI. Like, there's things I love about, like, say, like Hive and that. Say in terms of like Honey and things like that, and the community likes those aspects. But then it's just the UI on Nifty blocks, even for creating, like from the creator's side, but for like the buyer's side as well. I think it's kind of a bit easier. And that's why I've always, but in saying that, like, I always actually upload my templates on Atomic Hub, because that's the way I started, and I find that easier than uploading templates on Nifty blocks. But then I go straight to Nifty blocks to do all the rest of the stuff.
So you upload on Atomic Hub, and then you do all your minting on Nifty blocks.
Yeah. And then we use.
Do you do a lot of pre-mint stuff and have like randomized drops?
Pretty much all pre-minted. Apart from when we're doing that NTT, that we can't do that as pre-minted. We don't have any going to sell and all that, so that's always mint on demand. But it was when we first started, we couldn't do, because Nifty blocks had it kind of locked behind a paywall, essentially, where you had to stake the Nifty. But as soon as I started making money off drops, I straight away went and unlocked the pre-minting and all that, and never looked back since, because I think pre-minting is it's more fair for everybody,
Oh yeah, for sure. The only thing that I like about mint on demand is I find that it gives people more incentive to just get in there right away.
Yeah.
But if you don't have that problem, then
well, that's it as well. Yeah. But then also the people that try to get in there straight away, they could be fighting against someone who has like run a script or something like that, so they never stand a chance too. So I always kind of hated that idea, so that's why we went straight to pre-mint. That's packs are pre-minted, and the stuff inside is pre-minted too.
Yeah. Did you get it? I actually like to do a lot of my packs have a lot of pre-minted stuff like for early stuff, but then I'll leave the later stuff as unminted, and then that way I don't burn a lot of RAM, but at the same time it's like I'm trying to get that sort of fresh NFT too that's just been minted. You know what I mean? Yeah. And did you get a chance to play with Nifty Race at all?
Just that night I did. I done just done that setup that night, but no, I wasn't really home there over the weekend then to get another play with it. But
what did you think?
It was super easy to, once it actually got the what like the idea was behind, and the way that you can actually, it is actually very simple. I remember the other night when we were talking, Big Michael was, I had a couple of issues with, but yeah, you stake the ticket, and that's the ticket that for you to enter the race. Like, it's nice and easy.
And I asked up one of the attributes on the NFT that didn't help you either, and I had to fix that for
exactly, yeah. So yeah, I didn't know what was going on then. It was like,
yeah, that's
you set me
my
up.
bad, sorry.
All good.
You liked it, eh?
Yeah, that's good.
I could definitely see some killer clowns on some ponies, or just like killer
Dude,
clowns running across
clowns,
just like
like,
some
no,
galactic
killer clowns on like bikes, like riding across like the circus floor or something. Like, hell yeah.
like
That
a
was
moon
super
background
awesome.
clown. I see it, man.
With
Yeah.
their spaceship.
Dude, there's so
background.
many possibilities. It's endless. Like, we can do anything with this platform. It's brilliant.
And that's like, I wouldn't be able to do the artwork because I don't work on that like kind of pixel stuff. But
yeah,
I don't know if he is.
We've got some amazing people here.
Yeah, so you have your own artists and all that stuff to do.
But it doesn't have to be pixel either. That's the other thing, right? Like, you know, it could be a Skunky Chunks level that's like more Skunky Chunks style, and like you could even probably design it all, and we just implement it. You know,
that's good.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be pixel. It would still look so dope with your art too, man. For sure.
Yeah, because we have Skunky pets as well. So we've like these little.
Yeah, we could raise some pets.
Yeah, little dragons, a few different ones. So they could be cool too.
Yeah, well, those of you who don't know, we did just put out some explainer videos. So hopefully all the questions have been answered. And if you do have a problem, just make sure you watch the videos. If not, jump in our chat. We're going to explain to you how to play the game. That's pretty much it.
We have an article that actually dropped today as well.
The Medium, right?
So that's also super helpful.
Yeah, the Medium dropped today, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah. So like
Subterranean put together the Medium yesterday and put together an article, and it's actually not quite finished yet, but it's pretty much there. So yeah.
I think once people, it's pretty much self-explanatory too. Like once people get in, you know, to do, if there hadn't have been that issue that we run into, you know, I would have, you know, learned a lot quicker. But yeah, I think it's definitely a good game. That could be.
Yeah, I got a buddy too that's super good with the IX, and he wants to help sort of streamline things a little bit. So I think we can make it even better.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're already approaching 25 minutes, folks. Is there anything else we want to get out there about Skunky Chunks before we close this out?
No, just get in, come talk to us, join our Discord, you know, join our Telegram. Go follow us on Twitter or anything like that, and come and ask us questions if you want to know more about like our reward system and how that works, and reward systems that we're building at the minute as well. Like as I said about Skunky Chunks, there's that reward system where we're paying out, you know, wax each month and exclusive NFTs, but we're also building the same thing onto the Ganja Goons NFT one now as well, which will benefit not just the PFP holders, but also, you know, the people that get on to that reward system. And then there's going to be the same thing happening with Airheads and that, and it'll be all kind of interconnecting, and we'll be doing loads of cool shit, collabing with loads of people.
More videos when you have updates for those too, man. Hit us up and let us know. We'll do another video. I'd love to individually too for each.
We got to do another enhancer, bro. Like, let's do a killer clown or something. That'd be sick. I would love that.
Yeah. As soon as I have a bit of time, I'll reach out and I'll let you know. It'll probably be in like, I think of about 2 weeks solid work now that I have to do, and then I might be like freed up a little bit, so we can start talking about it then.
Sure.
Awesome.
Everybody, go get your NTTs. Go get it. Get the croc. Get them. You need them. And stay tuned. I mean, pay attention. Go to the chat, Skunky Chunks, and just listen to what they got going on. They're starting something. They're starting a few new things where you're going to be able to earn the same way you do with the current collection. So make sure you get in early. People who didn't, you're already regretting it a little bit. So, Mike, you got any closing words before we close this out?
Just like, subscribe, and we love all y'all. And thanks for supporting us, and thanks for coming on, Mr. Tufu. It's been awesome talking to you, and we want to have you back on as soon as possible.
Yep. Thank you for being here, you and Mike, Mr. Tufu. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate everybody for listening. Like Mike said, like, subscribe to our YouTube, hit the bell, but also follow us on X. Get into our chat. Ask the questions. We're going to do all the things. All right, guys, you take care.
Awesome.
Bye.